You will hear a conversation between a woman and an employee at a vehicle insurance office. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 10. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 10.
Good afternoon, Silverline Vehicle Insurance. Daniel speaking. How may I help you today?
Hi, I recently received a notice saying my insurance premium will increase next month. And honestly, I don't really understand why.
Alright, let me check your file. Could I have your customer reference number, please?
Yeah, I think it's SL409218. Actually, wait. Sorry, that might be my old account number. Yes, here it is. SL490281.
Right, thank you. I found your details now. According to the system, the increase mainly relates to your recent accident claim from February.
But the accident wasn't even my fault. The other driver admitted responsibility immediately.
That's true. However, insurance risk calculations sometimes change temporarily after any recorded accident, even non-fault claims.
Seriously? That seems unfair.
A lot of customers say the same thing.
Honestly, I almost canceled the policy after reading the letter. At first, I thought maybe there'd been some mistake involving another customer.
Actually, there was a processing error affecting several accounts last month, but your increase appears unrelated to that issue.
Oh, all right then.
I should also mention your area's theft statistics increased significantly this year. That can influence premiums too.
Really? That surprises me. I assumed vehicle theft was decreasing nowadays because of tracking technology.
Nationally, yes, but some urban areas recently experienced higher theft rates involving electronic key systems.
Wow, I hadn't heard about that.
Now, another factor affecting your premium involves annual mileage estimates. Last year, you reported driving approximately 8,000 kilometers. This year, the estimate increased to nearly 15,000.
Well, yes, because I changed jobs in January. My new office is much further away. Although, technically, I also work remotely 2 days a week now, so maybe the estimate's slightly too high?
Possibly. Reducing the estimate could lower the premium slightly, provided the information remains accurate.
I'll probably keep it realistic then. I'd rather avoid problems later.
That's definitely advisable.
Out of curiosity, would changing vehicles help reduce costs?
Sometimes. Smaller vehicles with stronger safety ratings often cost less to insure. Sports cars, meanwhile, usually produce much higher premiums.
Yeah, my brother warned me about that before I bought this car.
Actually, your vehicle isn't especially expensive to insure compared to similar models. The accident record probably had the largest impact overall.
One thing I don't understand, why does my friend pay less even though he's younger than me?
There could be many reasons. Driving history, parking location, occupation, and claim records all affect pricing. Even credit history influences insurance calculations in some regions.
Seriously? I didn't realize financial history mattered too.
Many customers don't. Insurance pricing systems have become extremely complex over the last decade.
Clearly.
Now, I should mention one final option. You currently pay monthly installments. Switching to a single annual payment would reduce the total cost slightly.
How much slightly?
Roughly 7% overall.
That's actually more than I expected. I might consider it then.
No problem. I can email several updated payment options later today if you'd like.
Yes, please. That'd be really helpful.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You will hear two friends discussing a recently released science fiction movie. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 20. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 20.
So, did you finally watch Eclipse Horizon last night?
Yeah, although honestly, I'm still trying to decide whether I actually liked it or not.
Really? I thought you'd love it.
Well, visually it was incredible, but the storyline became confusing halfway through, especially once the timeline started changing repeatedly.
See, I actually liked that part. At first I thought the director made a mistake with the editing, but later I realized the confusion was intentional.
Maybe. Still, some scenes felt unnecessarily complicated.
What did you think about the main actor?
He was alright, although I honestly thought the supporting actress gave the strongest performance overall.
The scientist character?
Yeah, her scenes felt much more believable emotionally.
Interesting. Most online reviews seem completely focused on the lead actor.
Probably because he's already famous.
Yeah, true.
One thing I definitely admired was the soundtrack, especially during the final space station sequence.
Oh yeah, the music completely changed the atmosphere there. Without it, the ending probably wouldn't have felt nearly as emotional.
Exactly. Although, didn't the ending seem slightly rushed to you?
A little. I read somewhere that nearly 30 minutes were removed before release.
Seriously? That actually explains a lot.
Apparently, the studio wanted shorter cinema screenings each day so they could schedule more showings.
That's frustrating. Another thing that confused me involved the robot character. At first, he seemed completely unimportant. Then suddenly, he became central to the entire story.
Yeah, I think the film expected viewers to notice subtle clues earlier.
Maybe too subtle, honestly.
Possibly. Did you notice how quiet the cinema became near the end, though?
Definitely. Usually, audiences keep whispering or checking phones constantly. But during the final scene, nobody even moved.
That's usually a good sign.
Although one guy behind me somehow started opening snacks during the emotional speech.
Classic cinema behavior.
Honestly, despite my complaints, I'd probably still watch it again.
Same. I actually think it might make more sense the second time.
Yeah, especially once you already understand the timeline structure.
Exactly. Some films become clearer only after viewers know which details matter earlier in the story.
Still, I wouldn't recommend it to people expecting a simple action movie.
Definitely not. Half the audience probably left confused.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You will hear a conversation between a university student and her academic tutor. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 30. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 30. Hi, Professor Lewis. Do you have a moment?
Of course, Emily. Take a seat.
Thanks. I actually wanted to discuss the possibility of changing one of my subjects for next semester.
All right. What subject are you considering dropping?
Advanced economics. At first, I thought I'd enjoy it because I did fairly well in the introductory course last year. But honestly, the mathematical side has become much more difficult than I expected.
You're not the first student to say that. The second-year module becomes considerably more statistical.
Yeah, I realized that during the first few lectures. Everyone else seemed comfortable discussing formulas I barely understood.
Well, appearances can be misleading. Many students feel overwhelmed initially.
Maybe, although my assignment grades haven't been great either.
Let me check your record. Actually, your first essay score was quite strong.
Really?
Yes, the lower mark came from the data analysis project.
Exactly. That project completely destroyed my confidence.
So, what subject are you hoping to move into instead?
Possibly media studies. I've always enjoyed analyzing advertising and communication trends more than numerical research.
Interesting choice. Although you should remember, media studies involves a large amount of reading and presentation work.
Honestly, I'd probably prefer that.
Fair enough. One issue, however, is timetable compatibility. The media studies lectures partially overlap with your psychology seminars.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Technically, you could still switch, but it would require moving into a different psychology seminar group.
Would that be difficult?
Not impossible, though most groups are already close to capacity.
Right.
Another thing you should consider is career direction. Last semester, you mentioned wanting to work in international business eventually.
Yeah, well, I'm not completely certain anymore. I think I was mostly influenced by my parents originally.
That happens more often than students admit.
Recently, I've become much more interested in digital marketing instead.
In that case, media studies could actually complement your psychology courses quite effectively.
That's what I was hoping.
Before making a final decision, I'd strongly recommend attending at least one media studies lecture first.
Just to see whether I actually enjoy the teaching style?
Exactly. Some students love theoretical discussion, others find it frustratingly abstract.
Makes sense.
Also, if you officially transfer subjects, remember your scholarship conditions still require maintaining a minimum academic average.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Don't worry, changing one subject won't automatically affect funding, but declining grades across multiple modules could become a concern later.
Understood.
And deadlines matter here. Course transfer applications close next Thursday at 4 p.m., not Friday.
Thanks for mentioning that. I honestly would have assumed the deadline was midnight online like most university systems.
No, this department still processes requests manually.
That sounds surprisingly old-fashioned.
You're not wrong.
One more thing. If I switch subjects now, will my current economics grades still appear on my transcript?
The module itself will remain listed. However, if you withdraw before the final assessment period, the incomplete grade usually won't affect your GPA calculation.
That's a relief, honestly.
Overall, I'd advise choosing the subject you can remain motivated studying long-term, not simply the easiest option.
Yeah, I think that's probably the advice I needed most. That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Who will hear a conversation between a customer and a mobile phone company representative. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Good afternoon, North Connect Mobile Services. My name's Aaron. How can I help you today?
Hi, yeah, I'm calling because I received an unusually high bill this month, and honestly, I don't understand where the extra charges came from.
All right, let me access your account first. Could you confirm your account number, please?
Sure, it should be NC44291. Actually, wait. Sorry, that's probably the broadband account. The mobile one is NC44921.
No problem. Okay, I've found your details. According to the system, your latest payment was declined automatically last week.
Declined? That shouldn't have happened. There was definitely enough money in the account.
Sometimes banks block automatic transactions temporarily if they detect unusual activity.
Actually, my bank did freeze my card briefly after I used it overseas recently. Maybe that explains it.
Yes, that could certainly cause a payment failure.
But why did the bill become so expensive because of one declined payment?
Well, the system added a late payment fee, and because the payment wasn't processed immediately, your discounted contract rate was temporarily removed.
Seriously? I didn't even realize the discount could disappear automatically.
Technically, it returns once payments resume normally, But during the interrupted billing period, standard rates apply instead.
That seems incredibly confusing, honestly.
I understand. Now, I should also mention there were several international calls recorded on your account this month.
Right, those were probably from my trip to Singapore. I assumed internet calling apps would handle most communication, but hotel Wi-Fi was terrible.
International call charges can increase quickly without stable internet access.
Clearly.
One thing that may help in future is activating the travel package before leaving the country.
I thought roaming automatically included that.
Not on your current contract, unfortunately. Different plans include different international features.
That probably explains why my colleague paid much less while traveling.
I can also see additional data usage charges near the end of the month.
Really? That surprises me more than the international calls, honestly.
According to the system, your monthly data allowance was exceeded by approximately 6 gigabytes.
Oh, wait. That might have happened after my apartment internet stopped working for several days. I used my phone hotspot constantly during that week.
Yes, heavy hotspot usage often increases mobile data consumption dramatically.
Makes sense now.
Would you like me to check whether another plan might reduce future costs?
Possibly. Although I don't really want a longer contract commitment.
Actually, one flexible plan includes larger travel and data allowances without extending the contract length.
That sounds better than I expected.
I should mention the monthly fee is slightly higher, but overall, many customers save money by avoiding excess usage charges.
Honestly, after this month's bill, that's probably worth considering.
No problem. I can email the comparison details after this call.
Yeah, please. That'd help a lot.
That is the end of section 4. You now have 1 minute to check your answers.